What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of this four-part series where I'm talking about my holistic growth coaching program. Super excited that you're here to listen to this one. If you haven't seen the first 2 episodes, let me recap real quick. So the first one, I talked about my growth journey, how I even became a holistic growth coach, what I had to go through, and what I'm still going through, honestly, in my life right now to become a holistic growth coach. And I talked about what a holistic growth coach is. I work with clients to provide methods of sustainable growth through the mind, body, and soul, right? Super important because that's what I need for myself. So I feel like if I can help people with the same issue, with the same problem, then we can all just grow together. And that's what I want from this community. In the second episode, I talked about the vibe assessment. So you can still get yours right now. Go to the link in the description of my Instagram at vibingnoutwt. Get yourself a vibe assessment. It's going to be a chance for you to observe where you're at with your growth journey and figure out if we can like work together and possibly maybe you can be coached. Maybe we can work together and you can start your growth journey today. So that's what today's episode is actually about. Let's start your growth journey. Let's start. So I'm going to talk about the program details and what actually is included in this package of coaching. So by now, some people might be excited. They might be like, all right, Tex, like, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to start growing because today's the day. Like, now's the time to start growing, okay? I'm super excited because this is my passion. It is really finding ways to help people grow because I love to grow. I don't ever want to stop growing, even if it's just one day at a time, you know? So number 1 is, how long is the program? It's 16 weeks. Okay, so it's a 4-month, right? 4-month program. And what we're going to be doing is working together. We're going to have 16 calls. We'll do 1 call a week. And these calls will just be like weekly check-ins, follow-ups, see how you're doing with your growth journey. Now, what you're going to get to actually help you with your growth journey, you're going to get a personalized growth tracker. What that is, it's in a Excel, like an Excel spreadsheet, you could say, and you're going to go in there and you're going to update how you're doing with your progress so I can see and so we can keep you accountable and keep you updated on your progress. Because like they say, you can't manage what you can't measure. So we're going to make sure you're measuring your progress as much as you can, as accurately as you can, and that'll just keep you encouraged to keep moving forward. Like I said, we're going to have our weekly calls. We're going to have our weekly follow-ups, which will be based on the growth tracker. And in these calls, not only do I want to look at our growth tracker and how the week went, I also want to have conversations on areas of growth in the mind, body, and soul. So maybe you might want to pick a few topics that you find interesting. So in the beginning of the program, we'll figure out some topics we want to talk about over the 16 weeks. Maybe something new comes up for you and you want to actually talk about that. So we can always go back and move forward and kind of figure out which new areas we want to talk about of growth in the mind, body, and soul. And I want to work my best to make sure I research and have some sort of knowledge on whatever areas of growth you find relevant, specific to your own situation, your own life. I also want to give you full access to the Patreon community, which is the community where I have behind the scenes exclusive content for the podcast and so many more like behind the scene special early access to things. So I want you to be part of that community because it's really, really, really beneficial to your growth. And the last thing is, well, not the last thing, but another thing that's beneficial to your growth that I want to throw in for y'all is a free copy of my book, How to Vibe Out. I made this book about a year ago, and it's still so relevant because literally the whole book are methods of growth through the mind, body, and soul. So that book will kind of give you like a kickstart to think about certain areas of growth you want to focus on that will just help you in your journey. And before all of this, before we start the coaching program, we're going to make sure you get a vibe assessment. So if you haven't got a vibe assessment already, we'll do that in the beginning of our coaching program together. So that's all you're going to get in this program. It's a lot, okay? It's the vibe assessment to start. It's 16 weeks of a program, 16 calls, follow-ups. You're going to get a personalized growth tracker. We're going to do our calls and we're going to have kind of conversations based on your growth tracker. I'm going to give you access to the Patreon community, and I'm going to give you a copy of my book, How to Vibe Out, whether you want to listen to it or read it. I'm going to give you access to whichever one you'd like. And yeah, that's all you're going to get in the program. Now, how much does the program cost, Tex? Ooh, that's the question, right? All right, let me lay it down for y'all. So you can either pay monthly, or you can pay a lump sum at the beginning, right? If you pay at the beginning, if you pay all at once, you're going to save $100. Or if you pay monthly, it's going to be $200. Or if you pay all at once, it's going to be $700. So for 4 months, you can either pay at the beginning, right, the $700 to start, and that's it, or you can pay $200 monthly. And think about all you're getting in this program. Think about where you want to be in 4 months from the beginning of your program. You want to be in a place where the rest of your life, seriously, like years from now, you feel like these 4 months really, really helped you find some change, some growth, some insight, some perspectives that really you can carry with you forever. So, I mean, yes, investments, like things cost money. You have to invest in yourself, whether that's time, energy, money. You do have to invest in yourself, but just think about what is the price of what's the cost of your growth, right? Is there a real cost to your growth? How much would you pay to make sure that your life is always improving? I don't think you can put a price on that. And I can speak for myself because all the things I've invested in my own growth journey, into my coaching program, into everything that I've been doing, I wouldn't put a price when it comes to investing on myself. So I hope you don't either. I hope you enjoy all the kind of things that I have in this program. I hope you enjoy everything in this package. Hope you're excited. And yeah, let me know if you're interested. We got to take the vibe assessment to start. So just reach out to me if this program seems interesting to you. And I'll see you in the last episode of this 4-part series, because I actually want you to hear from some clients who went through this program. They went through the 16-week program themselves, and they've been learning, growing, and I want you to hear how they enjoyed the program to kind of give you that assurance of like, okay, yeah, like I see the benefits of this kind of holistic growth journey that I want to go on. So I want you to be ready and staying tuned for this last episode of this 4-part series. So I'll see you then. Thank you for listening and watching. Reach out to me if you're interested for any more questions or anything like that, and I'll see you in our last episode, all right? Peace.